It's a record option, and also I think you can also record this.
Recording in progress.
Yes, you can also record it, but that option is removed, I think. Yeah, user side record is removed. Okay. Guys, anybody is joined just now, then what you have to do, tell me your attendance, maybe after 5-10 minutes you can do it. Okay, so I'm going to start. Here it is. First of all, different type of storage devices are there, right? So different type of storage devices are there. So important part is the first, different type of storage devices. And to store the data in the device, to store the data in the um uh, device, we need a file system. So make better to know some certain file system, so then we will understand what are the limitations of storing a data in the particular device. Okay. And certain device having a type of connecting connection type. So based on that also there is a how many devices we can connect it. Okay, so like IDE, SATA, PATA, SCSI, SSD. In SSDs also different type of SSDs are there. So these are all we are going to discuss here. Okay. Mm, and what are the enterprise solution to store the high level data in an enterprise level? So that is also we will discuss, like a RAID levels, LVM concept, depends upon our time. Okay, so first of all I want to start with a very basic thing is MBR and GPT. So what is this MBR and GPT? So very simple. When you have a hard disk, so just think, I think you are all guys are done Windows 10 disk management.
Yes, sir.
Very good,
Yes.
very
Yes.
good. Okay, so when you insert a new disk, so think like that. So when you insert a new freshly disk to system, so I will show my laptop only. Okay. MGMT dot MSC. Okay, so this is the disk management window, right? Okay, very simple. If you don't get any point, please stop me and ask me immediately. So then I will clear that point. Okay. See, this is my disk 0 and disk 1. If you see, this is the disk 0 and this is the disk 1. And these are the different partitions of each disk. Like here, only 3 partitions I made it. But here, lot of partitions are there. I didn't done, but it is already made it. Okay. So that is partition. So why this is okay. Okay, see, if you see disk 0, disk 1, if you right click on this disk, if you right click on this, you can see convert into MBR. Okay, if you right click on this and it shows convert into GPT. So why it is showing, so I will tell that very simple thing. So when you insert a disk, the disk can be a MBR disk, or it can be a GPT disk. Okay, it's a type, just you have to initialize. This is a MBR type of disk or GPT disk when you attach a new disk. Okay, next. So if you are initialized as a MBR, what happens? You can create like a example. This is the 500 GB hard disk. This is the 500 GB hard disk, and I am dividing these partitions like this. Okay, so here it is. For example, first partition I took a 50, next partition I took a 50, Maybe this partition I took a 100. So in MBR, we can create four primary. We can create four primary partitions, or we can create three primary and one extended. Okay? In the extended, you can create a number of logical partitions. Okay, I will tell what is that meaning. I think already are completed in a Windows 10. So, but I'm telling. Okay, so this is my first partition, second partition, third partition. So I can make this one as a fourth one as a primary partition. So totally four completed. Fifth one we can't able to do it. For example, I'm creating something like another 100 partition. See, 50 plus 50, 100, 100, 100. So totally 300 GB taken from the partition. So this remaining is 200 GB space is we can't store anything in it. Why? Because of we cannot able to create any partition once you completed four primary partitions. Four primary partitions are completed, you can't create a fifth one, anything, nothing, not extended, not a primary. Okay, this is the primary, 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 primary. You can't create this one, nothing, we can't store. So only you are getting 300 GB access data. So what to do? I'm doing is one solution. Instead of leaving the 200 GB space like that, so I will plan properly. I will divide it in the starting only like a 100, 150, 150 like that. I will do it, or otherwise I will make this one as a 300 GB single partition. So I have a lot of movies or virtual machines are there, so I can store very big space like a 300 GB. Or I will adjust. First one is 150 GB, second one is 100 GB. Like that, I will manage the space. Okay, so this is the one solution. Another solution is instead of making this much of big space, make this fourth one as a extended partition, as a extended partition like this. Just for our understanding, I am putting some color. Just for our understanding, I'm putting some color. Okay, but actually there is a color representation of extended is there. So I am make this one as a extended partition. Primary, primary, primary. So three primaries, one extended partition I created. In these extended partitions, you can create multiple logical partitions inside. Okay, so actually, yeah, here it is. So we'll take a black only. So like this, you can create a number of logical partitions based on your requirement. In generally, we have to tell like a start with C, D, E, F, like that you can create. But generally, we can create a multiple things. So this is a logical partition. Like for example, this is a something like 50 GB, 30 GB. Maybe it is another 50 GB. Maybe like this is 10 GB. Like that, I can create a number of logical partitions. Means one extended contains multiple logical partition. Means if you want more partitions, then you can create a multiple partitions in as a logical partitions only. You cannot create in a primary. Primaries are limited. So totally four or three partitions, and if you take three, so fourth one become extended partition. In extended, we create a logical partition. Okay, each partition size is limited to 2 terabyte. In MBR, each partition size is a limited to 2 terabytes only. It is for us Volt style. MBR is a Volt style. MBR means master boot record. Okay, it is a very Volt style, I think. So actually, what these master boot record are a GPT kind of stuff. It is nothing but record on your hard disk. It is a record on your hard disk. It is stores in a first track of your hard disk. Okay, it stores first track. In this one, in this record is nothing but a tabular form. First of all, how many partitions you are making? How many partitions you are making? So, how many partitions you are created? Next, how many primary partitions you are created? How many primary partitions you are created? Extended partition and logical partition information, and size of the each partition, and sector wise size also it stores, like this is the first one is 50 GB, next one 50, next one is 100, like that. That information also stores. Next, generally we put a operating system in the first partition, OS, like OS related partition. C drive contains a operating system, like a first partition. Okay, OS is there, or bootloader is there, like that. So MBR knows about your hard disk, how many partitions you are made it, size of the each partition, and where is the operating system stored, and operating system related data also stored in MBR record only. So that is a MBR. Guys, understand MBR? So what is MBR? Master boot record. So we can create a 4 primary or 3 primary and 1 extended. In an extended partition, you can create multiple logical partitions. Someone asked question. Yes, we can store the data in a logical partitions. We can store the data in a logical partition. Regular data you can store. Normally we don't put a operating system in the logical partitions, but normal data we can able to store. OS primary partitions only. OS, you want to put a OS, that should be a primary partition only. Okay, very good. Next, what I said, the limitation of partition size is 2 terabyte. Limitation of partition size is in MBR is 2 terabytes. Actually, no. So practically, we didn't check it, but we don't have any limitations in generally number of logical partitions. But when you want to access the partition in a Windows operating system type, if you are using a Windows operating system and you want to access logical partition, so compulsory, direct access purpose. The first one is C, D, E, for example. So first partition, second, third. Now logical is started. F, G, H, go to up to Z drive. ABR for floppy disk, result for a floppy disk. C drive starts. So totally, how many letters are there? A to Z, 24 or 26. What happened? 26. 26. Very good. So then minus to 24, right? Minus to 24. So this is a totally 24. Okay, then these are first three are primary. So leave what are the these primary three? I took a primary, not instead of one. I took a three primary. So you can take one primary, one extended, two primary, one extended also. But I took a three primary. So three primaries are given. So now how many are left here? It is someone given answer already. uh, we can create only one extended partition. So we can create only one extended partition, and in a one extended partition we can create a number of logical partitions. So as per this, totally maximum 21 logical partitions we can create. It depends upon how you'll manage. Yeah, you can identify by going to this. What is this? Disk management. You can go to the disk management. You can identify it is a logical partition or not. Okay. If you want, I will show you also. This is my H drive, and this is the MBR. So that's why it is showing converter to GPT. If you want to show, also I will show you in a command prompt also. In a command prompt work, you go to the CMD, or PowerShell is also good. Open run as a administrator. Open run as a administrator. So disk PART. Okay. Command is disk part. So open the command prompt. As a run as administrator, type disk part. Then I'm typing list disk. I'm not giving any other the other commands. Just I'm typing only list disk. If you see list disk, list space is there. List space disk. If you see disk 0 is showing GPT star, it means disk 0 is GPT type. Disk 1 is MBR type. That's it is not showing a star here. That's why it is not showing a star here. Got the point? List disk. Disk 0, disk 1. Star means it's a GPT. No star means it's not a GPT. It means it's a MBR type of disk. Disk 1. You can get lot of commands here if you want to know. So put a question mark. These are all different commands here to do. Like you can convert all kind of stuff. But don't do it in your physical machine. Try it in your virtual machine. Okay, don't do it in your physical machine. You can try in a virtual machine. Okay, so this is the MBR disk. So one way, another way also we can see from the PowerShell. You can open PowerShell directly, or you can run as administrator also, no problem. But I'm doing a run as administrator if in case. Uh, so if you'll ask yes or no, just click on yes, because run as administrator, right? Always observe thing. Guys, one more thing. So everything won't be there in a textbook. Everything is won't be there in some YouTube channel. Okay, on our website. You have to observe sometimes while you are doing something. Okay, if you see, I open run as administrator. It's showing PSC Windows System 32. If I open with a if I open CMD or a PowerShell directly, it shows username C colon user slash username. So observe that every point. So then you will understand, and you can do it if you can troubleshoot it in a in a in a certain scenarios. And also sometimes earlier days interview questions are like that. What is the difference between exit and quit? Okay, so like that. So thing is, get disk, get disk. So command in a PowerShell is get disk. PowerShell first time anyway it will take time, but uh, so again I will doing because it is showing friendliness name. Now you are getting, see, the 0 is GPT, the first one is a 1 is MBR. It is 1 terabyte hard disk, it is MBR, and the 01 is GPT type of disk it is. Okay, 500 GB GPT. Okay, so what is the command in a PowerShell? Get disk. Okay, if you want to modify, then you have to go with the select disk or remove disk kind of stuff, but I'm not doing anything. Get disk, is very simple. Get means get the information of disk. That's it. You can open with a normal PowerShell also, not required this. Next, so this is my 531 GB. So I'm going to show you how to get that kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to shrink the volume, guys. You know, right? Shrink the volume. So we can able to shrink up to 165 GB. Okay, 165 GB, but I'm taking 1024, means 1 GB, 10 GB, 100 GB shrink. What I done, so I took a 100 GB from free space from this H drive, and I created a unallocated space. So what is the condition? One primary, second primary, third primary. So three primaries are completed. Now fourth one is must be extended. So I'm creating simple volume. Next, I will create only 20 GB, 20480. Next, next. Okay, it won't ask anything because it's I will tell that one. See, there is a border. If you see thick green color border, means extended partition. You can see here in this bottom. You can see a thick color. It is a extended partition, and this is the free space. Okay, and this is the logical partition. You can see this is a thick blue color, this is the light blue color, and thick green border, the entire border is a extended partition. Within the extended you can see a logical partition, and this is the 80 GB free space, and you can create another if you want it. Okay, okay, you know already how to create a partition, so I'm not showing each and every step. Just look at that one. So I am creating like this. If I do same thing here, okay, if I do same thing here, it won't happen like this because it's a GPT. So see, if you see, this is a primary, 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 nothing is there, primary, primary, primary. So these are all partitions and primary partition, but no limitation. But here three primary completed, one extended, and I created two logical partitions in a extended and still have a free space. Okay, just I'm deleting, guys. Are you okay with this one? This part, three primary, one extended, and logical partition. Very good. So I'm going to delete because I need a space. My virtual machines. Okay. How to add this 100 GB to H drive? I want to add. Shrink means cutting. We can extend. Extend. Can I add this 100 GB to E drive? No, sir. We can't add it. Very good. Because it should be adjacent and should be this side only, not this side also. Okay, so like that. Yes, sir. So compulsory this side, like this to this one we can able to add it here, but this can not able to add it to F drive. So like that. So very good. Extended. So now it is become 500 GB. Okay, so I just minimize. Then I will tell GPT. So then we'll see. GPT is a very simplest one. Same thing as a MBR, as a how MBR is there. So master boot record is a MBR. GPT GUID partition table. GUID GUID partition table. MBR master boot card. Okay. So old style one. So this is the new one. So GPT GUID partition table. So actually I have to type this GUID in a capital letters, but it's okay. Very simple. 128 primary. 128 primary partitions, and no extended partitions. No extended, no extended partition. So we don't create any extended part because 128 is a huge. That's why even though I have a multiple one, two, three primary main primary drives, and as well as if you see these are also primary partitions only, even though it is recovery kind of names, but there are also primary partitions if you see that color. But still, there is no extended partition because of this is GPT. Okay, so GPT partition table you can create. So 128 primary partitions. Anybody doubt? 128 primary and no extended. Anybody having any doubt how we can put a 128? And how many ABCDs are there? 26. AB floppy disk we don't we usually starts with a C drive and with a Z. Okay, so 128 straight primary, but we got only 24. So what about 104 other partitions if you create? If you don't create, no problem. But if you create 128 or at least more than 26 partitions you created, so what about other partitions? Which drive letter you will get it? Anybody? Combinations of two letters. Combination like A B A C, like that, right? But it is won't happen. It is not like that. Okay, very good. Yeah, yeah. If it will take 96 plus 96 plus, we can start the A, B, C values. Yeah, actually, we don't create those many drives anyway. But I will tell, if you have a drive and you don't want to assign to a drive letter, and no need to assign a drive letter for accessing data. Okay, very simple. You can mount this drive to a empty folder. So if you open this folder, you can access this data. Okay, usually we do that thing in a Linux but not do in a Windows. So very simple. I need a simple partition. So for that one again I'm creating new partition, string volume. Okay, any volume. So then I 102400. Okay, 100 GB. So in that one I'm creating um, 20480, and I'm not going to assign a letter. It is asking for a assign a letter. See, if you scroll up and down, A is the first one and Z is the last one. You don't get any other things. Taken is already taken. Okay, assigning following drive letter. That's why I said everything, every screen you do, just read it. So then you will know something. You know something someday. It is very useful for you. ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి, నేను full record. We in recording, right? So Zoom recording. Okay, okay. This is going on. Yeah, look at this thing. Mount in the following empty NTFS folder. So I will show you that one. So very simple. Um, I am using something like F drive. I will create some folder in this. No, D drive. Okay, so Yeah, I will create a new folder, my drive I. Okay, my drive something, my drive CTS. So I created a empty folder. Remember, I created empty folder in the D drive. Now I'm going to browse, go to D drive, and find out where I created, or you can create from here also, no problem. Okay, like this. D drive colon my drive CTS. Okay. Okay, so I given a drive letter. So next, so yeah, pick format NTFS only. So no other things. Next, finish. So I created a folder. So and there is no drive letter. It's a logical drive, and it is there is no drive letter. So where it is? Okay, so there is no drive letter here. So like H drive, no I drive. Okay, so I'm opening this. No open, no explore kind of stuff. Okay, but no volume. I'm going to this drive. You can see there is a shortcut symbol. There is a shortcut symbol, and if you see that one, you can see there is a 20 GB free space. You can go to the properties of that one. So I'm going to properties. It's showing mounted volume D drive, new volume name, and the name of this one. Okay, so that is 20 GB space it is showing. Just open it, put whatever the data you want it. Okay, just I'm creating some file, something like a folder. Okay, some bitmap image, nothing. Okay, so I created a data, and where the data store. So I created some data in this one, where actually data stores. Newly created folder. Yeah, the data won't store in a this folder. Actually, the data stores in this particular drive because it is linked here. It is linked here. So that is actually, and also if you see here, um, this drive. So where is that? C drive, D drive, E drive, F, G, H is there. And where is that a new drive I created? 20 GB drive. It is not there. It won't show here. You can't open it. But you can put the data, you can access the data also. Very simple. Go to that folder, open the folder, still data is here. So that's a very simplest thing. And you want to know like that, so very simple. Right click, change drive letter and path. So I'm removing this path. Yes, I removed that path. Just I removed the path, and I'm going to nothing. Data is gone from this one. See, it's not showing any size or anything. No shortcut, nothing. Just open it. Yeah, someone is trying to ask question. Chinna. Sir, what is the difference between NTFS and FET32? Yeah, that we will go. Okay, guarantee. Good, good observation, first of all. Okay, so next, understand, guys. Link between a folder to a volume. So you put a data in the folder, and you can access the data from the folder. But actually, data stores in the drive. You can assign a if you want. You can assign a drive letter also, like add assign a drive letter. Okay, now it is drive is assigned. So you can see and open. So you can view the data which is I put it in this folder. So you can see this like this. So data is in the drive. To access the data, just I um, use a folder, through folder I assign. So that is simple. If you don't get it, still no problem, just try the point. Okay, so instead of, no need of always a drive letter, but always we don't require a drive letter to access the data, but also we can mount to a empty folder. You can put a data in the empty folder, so the data actually goes for drive only, and you can access the data from the drive whenever you want it through that folder or any other folder when you are mounting it. Okay, so no need of expose everything in a screen. Yeah, unnecessarily I close that one. So that is another part is there, no? So why this is open? Okay, guys, that's it about MBR and GPT, and also I told some NTFS mounting kind of stuff. MBR, master boot record, we can create a four primary or three primary, one extended. GPT, GUID partition table, we can create a 128 primary partitions, no extended partitions. And one more difference is there in MBR, each partition is maximum size is 2 terabyte. Here maximum size is more than 2 terabyte. Each partition is a more than 2 terabyte. It will support means up to 2 terabytes, and more than 2 terabytes also it will support. And certain books and some places it shows 9.2 zettabytes. In some places in a textbooks it shows 18 EB extra byte. So you can see how many we have a bytes are there, no? Kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte. Next one is petabyte, like that. Okay, so look at the chain of what are the zettabyte. Okay, like exabyte is there. So like it will keep going. So find out in a Google. So what is the meaning of zettabyte and zettabytes? How many terabytes are equal to this one? Even sometimes they will ask 1024 kilobyte is 1 megabyte, right? So 1024 megabyte is 1 gigabyte. It will keep going like 1024 gigabyte is equal to 1 terabyte. Okay, so this is about your MBR and GPT, MBR and GPT. So compulsory whenever any basic question, guys, important thing is, lot of people, how many times we said, so concentrate on your subject, basic questions, regular questions, but people don't listen, so they leave the basic questions and they go for higher level questions. But if you leave the basic question, means if you cannot able to answer the basic question, and even though you answer for some very difficult question, that won't calculate generally. Okay, so compulsory first basic questions, then next high level questions. Okay, so that is important, so both should be important, but first one is this one. Okay, so here, next one is basic disk and dynamic disk. Two type of disk are there. So why we use a basic disk, when we use a dynamic disk also I will tell. So what is the basic disk? Already this one is already open. If you right click, if you see convert into dynamic disk, this is also showing convert into dynamic disk. So this is my basic disk. Okay, and my basic disk, I want to, like for example, this is a 500 GB a disk. So I took 500 GB. You can take 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, for example, and I want to create a partitions. What I'm doing, it is a single physical disk. I am dividing this disk into small parts. Okay, whether it is MBR or GPT. So I have a huge disk, and now I divide into small parts. So that is called a partitioning. That is called a partitioning. So what I'm doing, I took a one physical disk and logically I am dividing my physical disk into small drives. So that is called a partitioning, right? So for example, this is a 50 GB, this is 100 GB, or maybe this is 10 GB only, maybe this is 20 GB, again this is 50 GB. So I depends upon me as per my requirement. I will put it. For example, I want to put a operating system Windows 10. Maybe I want to put my virtual machines here. Okay, maybe I want to put some my personal data, like my resumes and all kind of stuff, not required more. So maybe I want to put a music files, video files, like that. So I will divide for a different purposes, and I put a data into different drives. So to do this one, we need a basic disk. The disk type is actually basic disk, compulsory basic disk only. Even if you are using a dynamic disk, it same thing, but problem is you'll face the problem. That's it. Okay, I will tell the problems. Okay, next type is dynamic disk. So we can convert any basic disk into dynamic disk without losing the data. That is a dangerous thing. So if I want to create any of the disk without losing any data, I can convert from basic disk to dynamic disk. But when you are converting, if you want to convert dynamic disk to basic disk, you must delete all the partitions. You have to delete all the partitions, then only it become basic disk. Okay, it means you lost the data. Okay, so important thing is never try to convert basic to dynamic. Never try to convert basic to dynamic until unless it is required to convert. Until unless it is required to convert. Next, we can't install OS in the dynamic disk. In a basic disk, we can install operating system. Main purpose of basic disk in enterprise, so we can install operating system, but in a dynamic disk, we can't install the operating system also. Next, n- why we need this dynamic disk? Why we need this dynamic disk when we convert a things into dynamic disk? Think like this is the disk one and this is the disk two. Okay, so this disk, for example, this is disk zero. This disk I divide into small parts, so that we call it as a partitions, right? But here I took a two physical disk. What I took? I took a two physical disks. I want to combine these disks, so then I can create huge volume or maybe a redundancy. Okay, so for example, this is something around 500 GB. This is also some 500 GB. I added these two disks, so and then I resultant is 1 TB of single volume. I will get it. To create these volumes, we need these disks. Okay, normally these partitions we call it as a simple volume nowadays, but actually volume means combination of multiple disk and create a huge volume. So to do this one, we have to convert from basic to dynamic. Okay, so that is the main difference between basic and dynamic. Basic disk usually for installing operating system, partitioning the physical disk into multiple drives, and you can store the data. And in a dynamic disk is a main purpose is only for storing data only, so we can store the data and you can't put a operating system. And so purpose of converting a basic disk into dynamic disk is to combine the dynamic disk together to form a huge size or a redundancy, huge size of the volume or a redundancy. You can see. So to modify without restarting Windows system, provide several options for configuring volumes. So that is about your basic disk and dynamic disk. Basic voice, dynamic no voice. Basic voice and data store. Dynamic disk only for data store, huge amount of data store. Why we convert a disk into dynamic disk? To combine two disks together to create huge volume. Okay, so when you combine two disks together, that we call it as a volumes. That type is volumes or redundancy. Redundant. Redundant. Okay, so you want redundant. This is the redundant. So redundancy. What is the redundancy? If one disk is failure, another. Okay, if one disk is failure, another will give you data. No problem. If one disk is failure, no problem. Other will give you data. That is called a redundancy type. You know, when you are traveling in a car, so one tire is failure, no problem. We can change the tire and we can keep running. That kind of stuff. Yes. Okay. 1 second. Yes. Okay. Guys, understand basic and dynamic disk. Hmm? Guys, audio is here or it is okay. Okay, next one is a file system. So I will start with the file system. Okay, so very simple. I will tell. Yeah. So if one disk is fail, another disk works. At that time, the data in the disk is will be lost or not. Yeah. Actually, the concept of this one disk is failure and another disk is working. That is a RAID concept is there. RAID. Redundant array of independent disk or a inexpensive disk. Very good. Okay. Redundant array of independent disk or a inexpensive disk. So in that one, different ride levels are there. So one side it is like a huge volume creation. Another side is redundancy. Redundancy means yeah, very simple example. Um, I have how to tell. Yeah, I have a this drive and this drive also. Think I have this drive and this drive, or this drive and this drive. Very good. Now, so this is 200 GB. This is 200 GB. Okay, I have this drive and this drive. Both are having same data. Think both are having same data. This disk is failure, but still I have a data, right? Just like a Xerox copy. Just like a Xerox copy. So you have a one copy and two copies. Two copies are there. If one copy lost, still you have that one. Okay, but I will explain that clearly when I explain the RAID levels. When I explain the RAID levels, so I will explain this redundancy, that one. But try to understand the difference between basic and dynamic disk. Next one is this fat NTFS kind of stuff. So that is also I will explain. First one is fat. Fat means file allocation table. File allocation table. So what it will do? So very simple. This is a space, some space, like a maybe your home, maybe your wardrobe or anything. You keep the things into that one in a proper order. So then you can put a things in a particular order, like arranging a chairs. If you keep distance between one chair to another chair, so a lot of chairs won't be fit. Okay, so you must keep in a proper order, so then only it is easy to access kind of stuff, right? So same thing is goes for a file allocation table. Use one of the file system, and very in old days we use a fat file system. We are using now we are using NTFS. So instead of that, I will write here only. So look at this file systems, the anyway file system. Okay, so first one is fat file allocation table, NTFS. What is NT? Anyone? What is NT? New technology file system. Very good. New technology file system. What I done? New technology file system. So there is a lot of file systems are there. In Windows, we use mostly these file system. So here it is very there is a big story is also there. But FAT32. There is a two file systems mainly we are using. Okay. So here limitations first I will tell. FAT 12 or a FAT anything. Some people tell FAT 16, that is. No, it is actually FAT 12 is there. It is limitation is 4 GB space. 4 GB maximum partition size. Okay, partition size is a 4 GB max. FAT32, okay, 32 GB partition size. Partition size is 32. NTFS is up to 2 TB. Maybe you will get it out, sir. We are having a 4 TB days, 3 TB of days, 6 TB of days. Then which file system we use it? We use FAT only. Sorry, NTFS only. More than 2 TB also it will support, because the 2 TB limitation is XP limitation. Okay, 2 TB limitation is based on Windows XP, but later on days NTFS version also updated. So NTFS 5, 6, 7 like that. So we are it is supporting more than 2 TB. So your operating system newly are using, so it will update the NTFS and also it support more than 2 TB. Practically unlimited, because there is no other file system we use in more than 2 TB. And if you want more than 2 TB of partition size, then what we should use it? Again, GPT type of disk. So that is also very important. So file size. Next, the yeah, sir, what is REF? REFS. Yeah, I will tell that one. So next, mm, here another difference is, in a fact we can't store huge files, like a one shot single file, like a 4 GB. You downloaded Windows 10 and other file system, right? So you downloaded Windows 10 and also Windows Server, like a 4 GB files you downloaded. Like you cannot put the 4 GB files into 32 GB partition or a pen drive also. Like you have a pen drive or a memory card. Okay, you have a pen drive or a memory card, so 32 GB memory card, and you want to put a 4 GB single file or movie file, you can't store, it won't allow. Okay, that is another drawback. Don't go with the unit size. I'm giving unit size, later you can verify that one, so otherwise I have to tell entire story. Okay, this unit or a cluster size, you can also say cluster size, is a 4K. It means small space it will take. Actually, there is a story, like a, because of 4K you can't put a more data in it. So because it's sorry, because of 4K you can put a more data. Because of 8K you can't put a more data in that one. So like that. So this is about NTFS and FAT, but NTFS has a certain features. So anybody knows what are the features of NTFS? Disk quota. Disk quota, you will get a disk quota. For example, I have a 500 GB hard disk. Okay, this is like a 200 GB hard disk. Think like it is a 200 GB hard disk is there. Now I can I have two users in my computer. So the second user is my brother or a sister, someone is trying to put a data. So in general, when you buy a computer or a laptop, so what you do, start getting a data, start downloading a data from the internet, or maybe get the data from friends and keep putting into drive. Okay, in enterprises also it will happens, like if people are keep putting a data into the drive. So what to do, limit the size of the access, like out of 200 GB, give him only 20 GB, so then only he can able to put up to 20 GB only, so he can save the space in the drive. Okay, so that is called a disk quota, that is given by NTFS. Any other? Compression. Okay. So while you are creating a drive also, you can observe there is a compression option is enabled disabled when you change the NTFS at the FAT. Okay, disk compression. Okay, encryption. Now in Windows 10, FAT encryption is also supporting, but actually, as per the standard NTFS, old Windows 10 and 8, 7, if you take, so encryption won't support in a FAT, only support in a NTFS. Encryption, compression, disk quota, security. Security means Security means access permissions, like a ACL type. Okay, which user can access this data? Which user will get a read and write access permission? Security does not mean virus or antivirus. Security means access permission, read and write permissions on a data. So okay, so that is a security features also will get it. So quota, compression, security, indexing. It index the data. So simply, like I want to search for a file, so simply I will go to the search bar and type it, so then I will get it. So same thing, like a you downloaded a Windows 10 image. Some of you are confused where it is downloaded. Very simple, go to the this PC, type in a search bar .iso, automatically you will find all the ISO files. Very simple, right? So even I forget while I'm telling. Okay, it's okay. So these are the main features of NTFS. Why I told, because these features not available in FAT, and FAT 32 support maximum 32 GB. Okay. Next, don't worry about this one. In a FAT you can't store big size files. Okay, huge file size or big size files. but here we can able to store big size files. And OS files. So if you are installing Windows 10 into NTFS, you can't install it. Only we can install in a NTFS. Okay, Windows. So this is about your NTFS. Next one is REFS. So I will go to REFS. So what is this? REFS is a resilient file system. What is REFS? Resilient file system. REFS. Resilient. Resiliency. Resilient or a resilient. Anything you can use it. So what is this resilient file system? This file system don't have NTFS features. This file system also don't have any NTFS features. Only thing is like data corruption. So it prevent um, data corruption. So how to data corruption by using CRC. What is CRC, guys? CRC. Mini one. CSC, IT, networking. So don't get out. So speak loudly. Complete the sentence. Cyclic. Cyclic redundancy check. Very good. Okay. Cyclic redundancy check. Once one I want to tell guys. Okay. When you tell, even if you are not sure that is a correct answer, but make it straight line like you said, no, cyclic redundancy check. So people think you're not confident, right? So like that. For me, first of all, to speak in front of the trainer, speak directly like this, strong. If it is wrong, trainer won't do anything to you, right? Interviewer may do it. We'll correct it. We'll correct. If it is wrong, we'll tell. If it is right, that's a good one. But tell it, tell. So don't think like your answer is wrong. You are doing like this and all. Better stop speaking. So don't do like that. Keep speaking. That is a good practice. Very good. Cyclic redundancy check. When we are using, do you anybody guys anybody remember where we use the CRC in networking? Which layer? Very good. Data link layer. Data link layer as a data tell. So first one is data head is a MAC address, source MAC address, destination MAC address, and PDU, and last one is CRC for error correction or a error checking. So what happen when you store a data in a partition? So when you are storing a data in the partition which is formatted with REFS, what happens? So there is a data relevant CRC also will be generated. So any changes or someone is access the data, someone try to modify the data. But whatever it is happen when you move the data also, data won't get corrupted. So it will keep the data not to get corrupted, or keep it as self repairable. So even the data is corrupted, still we can able to regenerate original data from the corruption also. So that is a main advantage of REFS. REFS generally not useful for a small companies or systems, but very important in a enterprise level. In an enterprise level, REFS is very important because huge amount of data we put it. If it is corrupted, so then what is a use. So to not get corrupted, or to prevent it from the corruption or a error checking purpose, so then by using a CRC, we format the drive with a REFS. EX, okay. So EX fat is a nothing but extended fat. Okay. So normally, if you have a grudge on anyone, so then you can use these words: fat 32, or a fat 32 kind of stuff like that. It is a extended file allocation table. Extended fat or extensible fat. Okay. So what is the advantage of EX fat? EX fat, first of all, I have a SD card, SD cards, right? So earlier SD cards are 4 GB cards, 8 GB cards, 16 GB cards, then 32 GB cards. Okay, okay. Now up to here, fat is okay. We are using fat. Problem is, earlier days 16 GB is 32 GB maximum cards we can able to purchase, and also we put a data up to 30. So the cost of SD cards also very high. So we maximum 32 GB up to go. Now we have a 64, up to 64 extendable memory, or up to 128 extendable memory. Now 256 extendable memory, 1 TB extendable memory also came. So fat support up to 32, but what about these fats? Check in your mobile if you are inserted more than 32 GB, 64, 120, or 256, or 512. Okay, so if you are using that kind of card, so check the file system. The file system automatically formatted by your mobile phone to the extended fat. So the main purpose of exFAT is for a SD cards or a pen drives which is having more than 32 GB. So better we should format with the exFAT, so then we can put the data, and also huge files you can storage. Stores. One more problem is big size files we can store. So what is again big style for game with the exFAT is, nowadays we store lot of data in your memory cards, like movies, for example, 4K movies are game. Mobile is supporting 4K display, then we go with the 4K, full HD, full HD, 4K, Blu-ray. So like that, each media file is 2 GB, 3 GB, 4 GB data. Big size files are there. So now you can happily put the data, big size files, into the exFAT formatted memory cards or a pen drives. Guys, understand the difference between FAT, NTFS, REFS, and exFAT file systems. And if you are put in a REFS, also you can convert back to the NTFS also possible. So what have we discussed? MBR and GPT. MBR, master boot record. GPT, GUID partition table. And MBR support 4 primary partitions per drive, or 3 primary, 1 extended per drive. So each disk, each partition, so up to 2 TB, and in a GPT it is 18 exabyte, and more than 2 TB, 128 primary partitions you can able to create in a GPT. Basic disk and dynamic disk. Basic disk is for mainly for operating system storage purpose, and dynamic disk is for basically huge amount of data storage, or a combination of multiple disks. Through that one we can store huge amount of data, or a redundancy. Okay, mainly implementing RAID levels. Next, different file systems as per the Windows: FAT, NTFS, REFS, and exFAT. So four things I would said: FAT is a basically a file system, and FAT32 support so maximum of 32 GB partition size. Okay, NTFS support more than 2 terabyte of partition size, and NTFS has a features like security, indexing, compression, encryption. One more, disk quota. REFS is a another type of format, is mainly for error correction purpose. Okay, okay, it is do data verification and error correction. So then data is safe; it won't get corrupted in the REFS file system disk or a partition. So this is the VHD and VHDX. I will we will discuss that one after some after break. So anybody guys, okay, not okay, or understood or not understand?
Sir, can you repeat once again about indexing?
Indexing. Uh, Very simple. You can you see this search bar here?
Yes, sir.
So in our books also indexing is there. Indexing used to easy to search. So when you store a data in the Butler drive, so when you store a data in the Butler drive, so automatically it creates some indexing. So then obviously what will happen? It is easy to search by a system. So that's a thing. So
Oh,
one second.
okay, sir.
I will show you that one also. So how we can do that one. So go to the control panel. You can find index option here, index kind of stuff. Yeah, indexing options. Okay, so here it is. How many file items are indexed? So those kind of items we can easily search. We can modify what kind of files are should be indexed, what drive should be indexed, like that. This should be indexed, like that. We can able to put it. Okay, so our and advance. If you go to the advance also, you can see where to store that indexing data, means easy to search data. Next, file types. Different type of files are there: .iso, .rar, .3gp, .mkb, .mp3, .doc, .docx, like that. So which kind of extensions you want to index, so that is also we can able to do it. So look at in your control panel indexing options. First option is modify advanced, and also you can click on here, so you will get something information regarding it. So indexing is easy to searching option. Okay guys, so take a break, be back at 4:45. Okay, 4:45, I think it is enough, and I will start by 4:50. Okay, so if in case if you are using a mobile phone or anything, so by 4:45 again start. Okay, so if you are in a computer, no problem, just you can continue. So I will start again class by, so 10 minutes. 4:50, that's by 4:50 guarantee, but join before that one only. So if you disconnected.